Shields up, Paladins, and welcome to a Overwatch Hero Guide. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'll be talking to you all about Widowmaker and how I like to use this particular character. Widowmaker is one of the many damage roll characters within Overwatch, as well as she has a base stat of 200 health. With all this being said and done, let's go ahead and jump right on over to her weapon that she has, and her weapon is called the Widow's Kiss. Now, this is with the stats of this particular weapon. This is with it being scoped in. I will talk about the automatic version here shortly. So this is the Widow's Kiss scoped in as the actual sniper rifle. So the type would be a hit scan. The damage is 12 uncharged, 120 fully charged. Spread angle is pinpoint. Movement speed is negative 65%. The rate of fire is up to 0.75 seconds to charge, 0.5 seconds recovery before it starts charging again. You have 30 rounds per magazine. Ammo usage is 3 per shot. Reload time is 1.55 seconds. Casting time is 0.75 seconds. Charging 0.33 seconds. Scoping in and out. And yes, you can receive headshots with this weapon, but also the headshots with this weapon have a 2.5 multiplier added on to that. So the base damage is 12 and it scales in early to 120. Each percent of power increases the damage by 1.08. So the minimum required to kill a full health target without armor with a single headshot is for players that have 150 health or HP. You only need to be charged up to about 45%. 200 HP players are about 63%, and 250 HP players are about 82%. Now, something else to keep in mind is that if the power is below 50%, it makes a softer sound and leaves a smaller trail, which kind of helps you out being that sneaky sniper that you aim to be in Overwatch. So now this is the Widow's Kiss with the automatic fire. So the type is the hit scan. Damage is 6.5 to 13. Fall off range is 20 to 40 meters. The max spread angle is 3 degrees. Rate of fire is 10 rounds per shot. Again, you have 30 rounds per magazine. Reload time is 1.55 seconds, and you do receive headshots with this weapon. Now, going into her actual ability, her first ability that she has is a grappling hook. The movement speed is 20 meters per second, which is the pulling speed of that grappling hook. Max range is 20 meters, and the cooldown is 10 seconds. Now, you can cancel the grappling hook by pressing the jump key, whatever system or PC that you are playing on. Her next ability that she has is the Venom Mine. The type is an arching projectile. The health of this mine is only 1. The damage is 15 per second or 75 total. Projectile speed is 20 meters per second. Area of effect is a 3 meter interact radius. Duration is 5 seconds after detonation. Cooldown is 15 seconds, and of course you cannot get headshots with this particular ability. So something else to keep in mind is that the enemy who triggers this particular mine can be seen by Widowmaker through walls for a short time. Also, the Venom effect is immediately removed upon receiving a health pack. Finally, the last thing that she has, which is her ultimate ability, is her Infra Sight. So the area effect is map wide. Casting time is 0.5 seconds. Duration is 15 seconds. The ultimate cost is 1,540 points. Widowmaker passively generates 1% all charge for every 3.08 seconds. Allows her entire team to see through walls and their health bar. And also Infra Sight ends if Widowmaker dies. So real quickly, before this video ends, I do want to talk about her strengths and weaknesses real quick. Just what I've noticed while playing through, or playing as Widowmaker. She is equipped with a very powerful scoped rifle. She is capable of taking down the majority of the game's heroes with a single fully charged headshot and is still able to deal a serious damage with body shots. Her Infrasight and Venom Mine give her and her team considerable information on the enemy's movements, allowing them to easily counter ambushes and coordinate pushes. Now, that's really about all of her strengths that she has. Now, going into her weaknesses, she's relatively weak in close-range combat. Her immobility while scoped makes her an easy target. Widowmaker's, I would probably say her biggest threat is either another or better Widowmaker, or a Hanzo for that matter, or someone that has a sniper that can really take you out in a good headshot on the enemy team. Now, she's often forced to play away from the objectives where she's safer, as her only real mobility that she has is the grappling hook, which can have a long cast time and leave the Widowmakers fairly defensive to another attack. Now, one of the things that I would say to that is you are playing from, there's a lot of times, specifically in, I believe one of the maps is King's Row. Right at the very beginning, you're really, as a Widowmaker player, staying right there in your spawn if you're attacking. And that's one of the things that, that as a Widowmaker player you got to deal with. One of the other things that I like to do is, of course, I like to stay back. I don't like to be out in the middle of the team. She is a sniper. I want to play her as a sniper. So I want to take my time, go ahead and get the headshot. If I see someone flanking, focus on that person. Now, of course, there's some enemies that are harder to hit, as in a Tracer when she blinks, a Genji or a Hanzo when they're jumping around, being all crazy, spamming, I need healing, or something like that. But a lot of the times you can even put a lot of pressure on a tank whenever they're not expecting it. Reinhardt or a Sigma for that matter, they might have their shields down. You can go ahead and give them a quick headshot that instantly gives them back on track, or that might be enough for your team to go in there and just lay waste to them. Because like I said, you do get a 2.5% multiplier on a headshot if you're fully scoped in. So keep this in mind, is that she is better off as an actual sniper player, playing from a distance, not being too fully aggressive with her. Now, one of the things that you have to worry about is, like I said, and I believe you'll even see it in this video, is that when she is, even if you're getting headshots in a close range environment fight, so let's say a Genji is pushing you, or maybe the Wrecking Ball, or someone's getting up there to harass you, to get you out of the way. One of the things that you can kind of use to your advantage that might help is if you jump down, you can kind of maybe swing back up with your grappling hook, maybe throw down another mine to kind of help you get that 75 points of damage while you're trying to lay waste to them with your automatic fire. But that's something that you kind of have to play 9 out of 10 times. You might, there's no might. You will die from that encounter 9 out of 10 times. Then what you really have to worry about at that point is that the enemy team now are going to focus you, just because they know that, yes, I can kill this particular person. And then on top of that, this is one other person that is not going to be on their team, making it then a 5v6, making your team have the have one less person that's the enemy team has to deal with. So that's one of the things that you really have to worry about with her. And one of the other things that I would say is make sure you are pretty decent at aiming. And I know I hate to say that as this game revolves around aiming, but I've seen decent Widowmakers, and they have simply turned the tide for the team just because they can hit their headshots. And that's what I would recommend a lot of people to do, is if you can hit your headshots, by God, you would be a decent Widowmaker, and you would easily turn the tide and make everyone focus you. A lot of times, what a lot of people like to do, or what my buddy likes to do, if I'm playing Widowmaker, he'll like to go Torbjorn and simply put his turret somewhere close to me, and that not directly on you, but somewhere close, so that's able to help out just a little bit as well. So hopefully I answered a lot of questions, comments, concerns as what I like to do with Widowmaker, and hopefully this helps you all out and improves your games as Widowmaker. I would love to see more decent Widowmakers out there on the playing field. So alright guys, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.